what low-class people I have to deal with here on a regular basis.
All right, let me tell you the story.
Tell us the golfer story.
The golfer story. I understand that Stevie Wonder ran into Tiger Woods. Stevie Wonder looks at him and he says, you know, Tiger, I play golf also. Tiger says, is that right? Well, how do you do this? And he says, well, I take my assistant and I send him down the fairway and he gets in the middle of the fairway and he talks to me and I hit in his direction. He says, yeah? How do you make approach shots? He says, well, I just, again, use my assistant. He goes to the back of the green and gets in the middle and he talks to me and I hit in the direction of his voice. He says, I suppose putting, same thing. He kneels down on all four, gets right behind the hole, talks to me, I knock it in. He goes, well, that's great. Why don't we play some golf? Maybe for a little money? Stevie Wonder says, yeah. Okay, how about $5,000? Tiger Woods looks at him and says, how about $20,000? Stevie doesn't even shudder. He goes, what time would you like to tee off tonight?
Good story.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's
that
good.
That came from Alan Brickhouse this morning.
Good. Alan won, right? Alan won all time.
Yeah.
Alan won?
I don't know. Gordon Delaney won.
Gordon won Classic. Okay. Morris Concourse judging.
Ted came in second. John Simpson. Our guy from District 5. You've heard of it, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Third place.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of John.
Never heard of him. Congratulations! I heard you are the man.
Thank you.
And here I didn't know. I didn't know you were so good.
Neither did I.
Gordon Delaney, winner of Classic. 2 in a row. I've never done anything twice in a row.
Vehicles are beginning to accumulate in the driveway. I would appreciate the owners of same wood take them where they belong. We've been most would like to transit for a 748.
Ed Fancher taking a practice flight with his national champion, final edition. National champion of, was it like last year, 2 years ago? Last year, I'm not sure. I think Ted's won 4 or 5 times. Always one of the top flyers without a question. Ted was second in Classic. Gordon Delaney won. Ted with his Tucker and the Merkel engine. Jim Aaron from California. Oh, it'll never work. Heaven forbid. Anyway, we did notice that Paul Winter's girlfriend is here, Gail. Look forward to meeting her. And we're going to have a good old time giving her a hard time about being attracted to somebody like Paul. Obviously, God has many mysteries we don't understand about Paul Winter. Anyway. Jim Aaron. Well, now here's your chance to become famous. Gail, infamous.
I'm always famous. You should have known me.
What? Now, does he treat you well? I've heard he's a bit of an abuser. Usually? That means that sometimes he abuses you. Wouldn't dare.
I should not give you
You know, Gail, there's one thing my wife reminds me of. At some point in time, I have to sleep.
Yeah.
And she has a frying pan that fits my head just perfect.
Too true. Pretty good.
Tell us a Paul Winter story, something we don't know.
I think you know more than I do.
When he was by my house,
I'll tell you a Paul Winter.
he never shut up. My wife would have hot stuffed his lips shut, duct tape him. I'd like to duct tape him. You know we duct taped him at the what? We're going to duct tape him again. We pulled all the hair off those. Look at the shoes he wears.
A Paul Winter story?
What a style leader you are. Where the hell did you get those shoes?
We're coming up here from the airport. John's doing 96 mile an hour and gets pulled by the cops.
Well, you got a ticket last time
I
you
got
were
a ticket,
here.
no, 2 years ago with Elliot. He's doing 96, gets pulled by the cop. The cop says, I should tow you and lock you up. But he says, my computer's broken. So he goes, go on your way. And he got away with it. 96 he was doing, he got clocked out. He's coming behind you now. There he is. Look, right behind you with his hat on. And he's Jesus creepers on there. Look, standing by the
Nothing
door.
wrong with Jesus creepers.
Yeah, we still need to know about something funny he does. Does he snore?
Oh yeah.
He snores.
He not only snores, he snores musically. And when I wake him up and say, you're snoring, he says, yeah, I know. Goes back to sleep, carries on snoring.
Yeah, thank you. My wife says I snore. And
This
Two Pauls? No, one enough.
rich. They're trying to either lean it out or run away.
she calls me the turtle. She rolls me over when I snore and I stop.
Yeah,
Then I roll back.
That's me. So with me. Yeah. Same with me. I can't help it.
You're a runaway.
No, wake him up. He says, yeah, I'm snoring.
You don't ever want to get a room with Rich Jackson.
I don't-
You gotta have earplugs and three pipes in your ear. So.
Well, what about, do you remember Roger Lads? A couple of years ago at Vodax?
Roger
People
snores?
had to move out. She wheezes. She wheezes.
You wheeze. But this abuse thing keeps coming up in emails. Is it true to... How often do you abuse her, Paul?
Can't you see the handcuff marks?
Or is it the other way around?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it.
Well, who have you been sleeping with?
Windy, our secret's out, Windy.
Hey, you know what we were going to do later? We got a couple of real tough guys in our group. We're gonna duct tape them, and you can do anything you want to them. You tickle them with a feather. First off, we got to get the mouth duct tape. That's the most important.
Good luck.
And then all the hair on the legs. You know that stuff that they pull your hair off women's legs with?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna wax him. One leg. They'll look like a chicken with one leg.
What happened the last time you did that? John Sutherland got bit, Ken Tyson got hit a broken finger, and you got jumped on. There were 6 of you. They tried to hold me down.
Someone will end up in the pool.
That's right, 6 of them tried to hold me down last time.
He thinks he's tough. My friends are tough.
Well, is Jack Anderson coming this year?
No. He lost his job, and
I thought he had his
I
own
think his
business.
wife's gonna murder him or something. I don't know.
No,
the real
that's John
story.
Sunderland, that is.
No, maybe too. I don't know.
And John,
We had Buck taking a practice flight. Beautiful air. Well, he's lucked out. This is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The third of what they predicted would be 4 gorgeous days. satisfied with the way this worked out? The plane balanced and everything? Well, it looks nice to me. I don't know. It looks easy to fly, too. Pulling my arm off. Now, you got the same tank Paul has,
I don't know if it's the same as his, but it is like Warren.
Okay. Warren Walker bent the header for you, or
You bent it?
he bent mine, that's the only reason I asked.
Hey, just a lot of heat and a hammer.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like anything critical you could make.
No, I don't think it's a big deal. If you put sand in it, it won't print.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that.
How many flights you got on it so far?
With this setup,
it looks real close to being in trim. You know, usually when you're taping something, you only get to see big mistakes. But I didn't see any.
it's starting to come along. 2 days ago, it would have been a different deal.
Wow. You know, you're competing with guys that have 6 years on the plane, you know, and 12 motors and stuff. Now people starting to drift in now for the evening, Monday evening practice session. It's Alan Brickhouse design. You got it? You got a kit already?
Yeah, is that one of the...
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. What are you going to put in? You got a motor?
I got a Super Tiger 60 RC engine.
A stunt engine or a...
It's RC, but it's not, don't have the front bolts in it. And I got a Merco 60 or 61 around there with no box, so I'm probably going to put one of those in. That Merco would be just about right now, wouldn't it?
Still flying?
I do so.
What's his name?
Like me. This one? Oh, really? So you helped Rich out. You got him a prop that works at last?
At last?
You got him straightened out?
Prop?
I know. What does that tell you? You can't charge him. You can't charge him as much as it works on the first time.
Wendy, are you in there?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, I see you, Wendy. Yeah, there you are. How you doing? Yeah, it looked like his motor's running good now.
Oh, yeah.
Real good.
When everything's working. Rich seems to have a tendency, because it's running slow, he wants to tweak the needle.
Yeah.
So he wants to open it.
Okay.
And
Change your prop.
yeah. You got to work them on.
Yeah. Change your prop. Williams, Houston, Texas, putting in a practice flight here. In the grass. Good save. What happened, Bill? It quit? Doesn't look like it's damaged much, if anything. Good quick thinking. Turn to Frank Williams' flight after the emergency bailout on the Maquis. An exciting story every minute here at the field. Always something happening. Frank Williams, very, very innovative person, always has something unusual going on. Danny Banjak's P50M. The boys from Philly are here. Modeled after a real full-scale Reno Air Racer. The Suzy Q. That is a complete semi-scale paint job. A lot of people don't even realize that. Designed by Bob Hunt. PA61. I think he still got my type in there, but he melted a couple along the way of our competitors' brand, so I don't know.
Project guys stick together.
Richard Oliver's practice flight. Get a little bit of his body motion here. And I do believe they do have a good group in Texas. They have a group like we do in the Circle Burner meet up by us at a Philly group. And they do have a lot of fun flying stunt. The only thing Oliver didn't figure out yet, he didn't bring enough t-shirts, and I have one Jet t-shirt now, and it's on its second day, so I don't know if maybe by the third day the shirt is going to get up and walk away and wipe off my plane for me or something. I'm not sure. Rich, you got to bring more t-shirts. Anyway. Nice to see we have new product choices, new things that might or might not be helping out the event in every way. The stuff the Moon Brothers they're doing. Nice stuff. All the Randy Smith products, now the Roadjet products, Tom Dixon's products, they all add to the event. The Brodock lineup, Eric Hughes stuff. You take all these things out of the event and there's no way it'll grow. Mr. Roadjet, and we will get stories. We will get Edie to tell the most intimate details. We will put pressure on you every minute that you're out at the handle. Tampa President Frank McMillan, looking like he's flying some nice polished solids there. Had a little trouble with one of the baffles in the pipe, I think, earlier in the week. All straightened out now. Sounds nice and quiet. What a guy. Flying the number 7 or 8, I'm not sure, on the Quadrant Series. Let's see, it's written on the rudder. I took 7. You should be able to see that. At my age. the story. What are we going to do to Sumner? We're going to make, now Sumner is the triplane guy. Danny's going to make a cartoon where he has a house with 3 chimneys, 3 children that all look alike.
All the little
Yeah. 3 little turtles out on the lawn.
3 dogs,
3 chickadees,
boxes,
3 canaries.
3
Right.
canaries, 3 cars. No, 3-wheeled cars. Those British.
Those hockey stick things.
Yeah. Those tricycles. Yeah, his kids have 3 tricycles.
3 tricycles. The world of Jim Sumner.
That ought to be fun.
Gary Lutz. Boy, what a night for flying. Now, we've decided not to practice tonight basically because we're burned out from a long hot day. Shooting video at 3 different events. We need to get a nap this afternoon. We really need a nap is what we need. We need to go to a nursing home or something. Gary's beautiful rendition of the Stuntress. Designed by Joe Adamusco. Beautiful slow flight, nice and precise. Maryland. Damage, huh? Everything okay? I actually heard it. I was shooting Frank Williams' flight and I heard it go rap, rap, rap. I said, oh man, nothing good can be happening here, you know? No good thing can be happening.
Figured out. 6 flights yesterday was fine.
Yeah, I was videoing it the other day. It sounded real good. Yeah.
Sitting out of nowhere, it's
Dan job. Danny is one of the people I personally am hoping will get in the top 5 this year. He's been flying up a storm in our area. He won the circle burner contest, hands down. Has a plane with plenty of flight time on it, plenty of, actually been to the NATS with the same plane twice already, so it's about time we make the move. And definitely one of the most fun guys in the event. He was having fun whether he was flying, building, hanging out with peeps, hanging out with circle burners or the Philly Flyers. You know, a lot of people don't realize this is a totally semi-scale paint job. And the story is that the guy that with the real plane was the winner of one Reno air race, and it's the slowest on record for a winner. Not that that matters. I guess all the good guys crashed that year or something. Who knows? But that was from Dan Banjock. Some of the amazing tales of Dan Banjock. Hard to believe life could be better than it is right now. We are just cruising into one of the nicest NATS I've ever been to. I have to look at a lot of NATS. I've been to 21 in a row, 22 in a row, I'm not sure. And I can't remember one where the weather was nicer or where more people were just having a time of their lives. Jose, I'm at your disposal. You want to take a flight? I'll watch. What do you want me to look for? Things are kind of get to it clean. You got the motor thing sorted out that you had this morning?
Yeah, that I can get to everything now, but I'm still going into a two-in rounds and staying there. It isn't backing off. It isn't beep-bop, beep-bop. It isn't backing off.
You got the compression real high?
No.
Well, how much fuel are you using?
6 and an 8.
Yeah, that's right. We'll give it a look-see. I'll be here. We'll get Jose's flight next, see what we can make a recommendation for something worth trying. And tomorrow is appearance judging. We get chosen to warm up the judges. 5 people, I'm one of them. I think Ted, I'm not sure who the other ones are, Bill, Rich, but we're going to warm up the judges, and Gary Lutz is one of them going to warm up the judges. So I don't know what this is all about, the endless vertical 8. Maybe he's got a little trim problem to work on. Now this is what you got to do when you warm up the judges to see if they notice that you hit 8 of them instead of 1 or 2. Always the showman, Dan Banjock. Gotta love this guy. He is what modeling is all about. A true modeler. And he's got his 30s Air Racer, Sato powered, 72 powered. E-Tron, he's got it all. Expect a lot of cool things in the years to come.
Sleepy, one more time, man? You've been out here the whole day with me, man.
I wasn't doing that at the club contest, was it?
Not that bad.
Where's it all coming from?
I got a feeling this is some of the seal up there. Yeah. The little rubber seal is coming apart a little bit.
Oh, that's aluminum.
That's a PA?
Yeah, no, I don't like that. Alan Brickhouse had to replace a bearing yesterday.
That's a Randy.
The front blew out like that.
Over there.
Yeah, what Randy tell you? Maybe you can put a bearing in tonight. What the hell? You got a practice day, you know? That's an accident waiting to happen.
It basically had the same sound.
Grab the front and see if the front is tight. This is what Al had yesterday. That it was tight in the front.
What do you think this is?
Is that tight?
Yeah.
It is? Danny.
Dude, is the engine loose? Is the engine loose in the mount?
No. Oh my God, yeah.
Don't they have lifetime warranties on those?
The front bearing, Danny. It sounded just the same as Alan Brick. Alan had the same problem yesterday, and he just swapped out the engine.
Swapped out the engine.
You got another engine. You got another spare?
No.
Well, somebody's got they're all over the place.
Imagine, Bob. Well, actually, I'm just gonna leave it there. I mean, it's running fine.
Yeah, but when this goes, it's gonna go, baby. You're gonna be in the middle of a flight. There's only so much aluminum that can go. And then you've ruined the case, the crank, you're out, you know? Right now, you're out $3 for a bearing.
Yeah, but then it starts spinning in the case.
I've been flying my 60 in that airplane for 11 years.
My goal is to see Bob Eskimo flying the white plane.
Just for flipping stuff.
No, you gotta work.
I wanted aggravation in the work hard, that's why.
tubes to his, he has a plastic fuel tank, and one of the tubes had come off inside the plane. And he was filling it and talking and filling up the whole cowling with fuel, and we just caught it just in time. I hope he did, that he didn't do any damage to the finish. Looks like he's got one of the prettier planes. Should be up in the front row, if not the concourse winner. Certainly one of the nicer ones, and the day before appearance judging, you hate to have any crazy thing happen. I brought it over to him. He should be flopping around in the box. Is that a problem? You bet.
Well,
eat its way up.
I'm sure it's metal.
So they wind up somewhere.
Yeah, right there.
Let me see that, Sleepy. See where it's coming out of?
Well, that's, now I haven't touched anything inside, so I thought I would see something around the bearing.
The whole inside of the thing is soaking wet.
Well, it's been leaking for a while.
Well, that'll make things go black. Just
But
like
now
the motor mount.
today, the color started getting darker.
At the circle burner field, you didn't have that shit coming out of the front of the engine. That was there, not even close.
No, not the darker color. Everything coming out of the front end was normal looking fuel, which just was kind of a leak.
You want help, Jose, like you did this afternoon?
There's a lot of black metallic stuff coming out of there. So they would pull the engine.
All of that is burnt up fuel.
Yeah,
Leaking on it.
Well, it's not doing it any good. Look at it. It's coming off like peeling a banana.
How come you don't video this? Oh, you are videoing.
How come? How come when you're in the mafia you don't have to make out an income tax form?
I don't like that, Wendy. That's what sounds
We're closing in on a very nice evening. Randy's gonna overhaul Danny's engine tonight in the motel room, so that'll be taken care of. Yeah, tomorrow morning, ready to go. Water when you go there.
I'm over. Are you going to go something from here?
They've been shot up in Florida. you, Jose? Or we gonna need a
And he's
spare
going to
engine?
make out. If he doesn't,
Okay.
he'll just get out, you know.
Ken said you could use his spare engine if you need it.
Good.
He's got a good one, all set to go.
Admiral, he said, I'll walk after about 3 years.
That if he's really
Because
is
he'd
a
be in the
friend,
Pentagon.
I want the one that's in his plane.
He ain't that much of a friend. I said he was your buddy, not your friend.
What's that?
I got drafted and I was in Vietnam.
You can tell what time of day it is. It's Miller Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
In memory of Joe Ortiz, Bud Light.
That's right.
And I remember
Actually, we were doing this in memory of Joe. It should be rum and cokes.
Roman Cokes. You bum.
Joey made some of the best rum and cokes in the world.
So they know how to remember a guy.
He was great with rum and cokes.
What unit were you?
They always had good parties, Joey.
The first company in
Were you ever to one of Joey's
Vietnam.
Super Bowl parties?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the 49ers played Denver. We drank more. I was afraid to drive home. It was DWI, dumb, windy driving.
And I tell you what,
We're flying till dark, and we're waiting. Frank McMillan's got to fly before Jose. As the sun sets in it, there's very few people left to field. The essence of stunt. Somebody's flying over here. Thanks for showing, getting the stunt heaven air of the century here. Usually this time of night, just before dark, it really settles in and you can put in these heavenly flights, but hasn't been that way during the day. A little breezier during the day, not much though. Jose, after all these motor changes, you better have a perfect stunt run is all I got to say. You better not have any excuses here. So I'm going to send this tape right to Big Jim. Get with Bob Dick. That's trouble, Bob Dick and find out who got it from. President Frank McDonough. I guess Jose will have the last flight. Then he'll be off to some fast food because we're all tired, burned up hot, drained. Danny's got to do a motor. Oh, Randy's going to do it for him. You got to hope that Jose gets a motor run here. That's the big thing.
Navy NATS. They fly till it's dark.
Jose, this is your moment of glory. This is it, baby.
It's 8 minutes ago.
No motor run. You get one more swing at the bat, one more basket. You got to be Reggie Miller right now.
I'm on the foul line.
You're on the foul line.
My team is down 2.
Your team is down 6-0.
Oh, God.
All right, man. Let's get this going, baby. Hey, do you got any more motors to try, or is this the last of them?
We won't go back to the first one.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Anything but that. We'll go to Tyser's motor before that. Fast. Too fast. What kind of tanks you got in there, Jim?
Big Jim.
Oh yeah, 475.
Too fast, just like the other one.
The other one was doing the same thing.
It might be the tanks. You got a spare tank?
What size tanks you got in it, you know?
File an official protest against Paul Walker.
Yeah, because you stole my paint scheme.
Lampion had it, but there's no date on the picture.
Hey, listen, what do you want?
This could be a computer-generated picture.
Yes, take my word, I'm an Italian.
Who was first?
Would an Italian ever lie? Come on.
Oh.
It's like a Pollock. Would he ever
Would
lie?
an Italian ever make out an income tax?
I do every year.
You don't make out tax.
Listen, just send my road jet to 40-11.
So that's what you looked like years ago.
That's just
I know.
some of you. That was just before he's showing me upside down.
Bobby Salami.
Oh, my neighbor.
Well, I never saw a beached whale upside down. Get out of here. It is well, obviously we're going to be doing a tank job on Jose here. He's cranking along. We'll try tanks next. That'll be the next thing. Live to fight another day. Now as we pack in, it looks like Jose needs something, a tank or something. Danny Banjak's flying his little free flight. Oh no. Oh! Banjak! Anyway, that's how the night ended. And the gang that couldn't shoot straight has chosen to go to Wendy's tonight, of all things. So, it ends with Danny flying the free flight and almost crashing it. He gets that flown. Always a lot of fun. He's always a fun guy. Hope he gets his motor straightened out tonight. And Jose's got Kent's spare tank. We're back to doing all these mechanical switches, but so far, so good. Everybody seems to be ready. Tomorrow's appearance judging. So we're looking forward to that. We'll get out here, train the judges, and get everything polished up for appearance judging. This is what this team looks like in the morning. Blurry-eyed, beat. You know what you look like in the morning?
5:30 in the morning, he opens up that camera.
Come on, baby.
John Travolta stance.
Your wife wants to know what's going on at this motel. It's so much fun. Look at this, all these vans.
Take a look at it.
Forget it. All right, Buttafuoco, let's go. As predicted, this looks like they predicted 4 beautiful days in a row. This is the 4th day. Unfortunately, the competition starts tomorrow. But this morning, the thing that has to happen is they have the judge training session. We're one of 5 people that have been selected. They try to get somebody of each skill level to train the judges and then do a critique of their flight. And we're going to be the 4th of 5 that'll be doing that this morning. That's our objective. We're going to try to start using the tripod a little bit if we can position it without getting it into the sun, and that may or may not happen. We always try to, well, at this point in time, start working on looking at little errors in geometry we'd like to correct, things like that. So this will be an interesting morning. So what we're trying to do is get a camera angle before the judge training begins, where we can see. The problem with this is it's all good on pencil and paper, but you have to take into account when we actually do the real flights, there are going to be judges around and the wind might change. So this could all change in a heartbeat. But just to start with, I want to pick up a spot possibly where we can see a good part of the flight. Again, at this point in time, this is not real critical, because we can move this from flight to flight or even within a flight, but we like to have the choice. You know, this is not, we're too close. So the first step is we got to back this up a bit. So back about 12, 15 feet. And they have also the pole here. You can see the pole and a couple of the people that are watching the flight. The pole here indicates the height in red of 4 to 6 feet, where you're supposed to fly your bottoms on level flight. And that's for a reference for the judges during training. Sometimes they have it out on official flights, sometimes they don't. We never really know. So let's see if we can get a spot, because we want to do most of all, Kent's flight. Give Kent some, and I'll try to do feedback on the people that are on my little group. But the feedback I would give, like Ted Pancher, for instance, he knows more than I do, so. See, the air is just almost dead. The 3rd time through, you start to do your shaking and baking, so. Again, the judge training part is something we all have to go through. Pretty much, I guess 3/4 of the time I get to be one of the people. I don't know why. Maybe they think that I make so many errors that it would help them. Now see, that leg's rising up. As you can see, remember, I did this on TV a few times. This leg rides up. That's a common mistake that I make too. Of course, flying in the other direction. That leg went off on an angle that way. Again, this is for Rich's benefit because we can spool this back before the next pro. If somebody not from our group flies, we can just skip over it. But this will give you an idea if you want to do some of this. Joe Rich does this a lot. Many other people, I'm sure, have. I know Bob Giesky, I think, has told me he does this. It is a nice triangle. Now, Rich has come a long way in the last couple of years as far as his flying goes. And his building. He even got this plane buffed, and we harassed him into building the wheel pants and buffing it. And you could also pick up an intersection here. Now, he went through that time. And that one went way through the intersection, see? Now that's the kind of stuff you can pick up off a video real easy. You really can't get everything, and you shouldn't even try, but there are little things that are worth. Now, that leg went up, and that's his typical error. This is a cigarette box. He flew through the way up. And I can show him this on the video. Now see, we call them cigarette boxes. They're high. They're not flown over long enough. And that's one of the things Rich will be working on. And keep in mind, we have to be out of here relatively early because of appearance judging. We go back to the room and polish the spinner and oil the wheels and get them all ready, make them pretty. Always like to get as many appearance points as possible. And so does everybody. Now there's an hourglass where the top was bigger. The top was bigger than the bottom, the width here. So it's another little easy thing you can pick up on. Overhead 8, way too big. That side's about right, but this side is way too big. See how big that side is? That side's small. So we've got a lot of good data we can pass on to Rich after this flight. Spool it back, you can watch it, and then we'll wait just for the next person in line. I'm not sure when Kent is up. It looked like it started a little on the low side, not much. A couple feet, off on an angle. Okay, so that's basically what we're trying to do with recording flights from the tripod. Of course, we're not gonna critique other people's flights, but within our group, we can play it back, spool it back, and of course, Kent has another camera. We can do this from 2 camera angles. As Kent's walking out to the circle, we reviewed Richard's flight, spooled it back, and of course we'll do the same thing for Kent. The first thing I can do here is when he launches the plane, I want to show this pole. You see this pole? As he comes around the first lap, that he establishes level flight right on this pole, and you see if I can use a pointer, there's a red zone. Let's see, he's right in the middle of it. So he's established his level flight very well here. So he's a little on the high side, but he should be anywhere in this red area. So once you establish that, you're pretty much telling the judges that's where I'm going to be doing my bottoms. The maneuver bottoms will be at that height. Now I'll try to do the vocal on this. Okay, let's see where this is going. Maybe a foot high on a pull-up. Otherwise another foot high. So Kent's tendency is always to be bottom shy. And I'm not sure why, because I've flown this plane and it is absolutely rock solid. He's going to be, if you watch, he'll be backing up. He's in dead air. So the air is a little dead. And what you always want to do if you can train yourself is, and I'm just going to do this visually, is here's the loop. Right here you want to start backing up, but here stop. Back up, stop. Back. And you'll see you can actually pull the plane up over because the wind isn't helping you pull the plane over that way. Another person we'll try to get before the week is out is if we get some dead air. Some of the pilots, just to see the techniques they use. I know Ted Fancher is extremely good. He really has that light finesse touch. He can just back up just enough. And a lot of times it's people that fly in an area where, like where we do, where the air is dead quite a bit. You'll learn how to do that real quick. If you're not, like we're not familiar or comfortable dealing with runway air, we always have to come out here and dial everything in. But the people that have it, now let's see what the square is. Okay, just a slight angle off that way. See that leg was going off instead of tucking. So tuck that in. That, by the way, is one of my tendencies of things that I do wrong. Could fly it a little bit off. You could fly the bottom just a little bit longer, in my opinion. Again, he'll look at this, and you'll know right away. If he can respond to it, sometimes there's a thing that's you can't really make the change because of the aerodynamics in the plane or your own skill level, but that's a nice triangle. But by doing it this way, you get a visual idea of what a judge has to go through and the decisions. Now, when I judge local contests, I've never judged the NATS, but I've judged hundreds of local contests. Let's look for that intersection, right? Not terrible. Not terrible. See, then he flew through it. On the last leg, he just went an extra 3 feet. Okay, and that was, well, possibly one of the hardest things to do is to nail those intersections one there. Let's see where that intersection is. Angle back. Okay, that's right on the money. You're right on his body. Now he flew through it. And a judge can see that. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we missed 1 of 3. You can kind of line up. Actually, we could put a piece of tape right on the lens here if we wanted to. Make like a gun sight. Now this has the look of being a little bit bigger on top. You look especially the width. It's like a snowman upside down. This is Kent's worst maneuver. Oh! Not too bad. Still a little, it's a perception thing. He always seems to make the top of things, whatever he's doing, that the top looks right to him, but the bottom needs to be stretched. The bottom and the top should be symmetrical, if possible. Overhead 8, you can pick up gross errors easily. Both sides are too big. The whole maneuver is too big. It's going down probably to 35 degrees. Starting a little bit low, in my opinion, 2 feet too low. Off to an angle. Okay, now as soon as Kent lands the plane, he'll come over and spool his flight back and go through this. I can go through it with him. I don't know how many more flights we're going to get before we have the judges appear. Maybe they're having a long breakfast. I don't know. The deal was we were supposed to be here at 7:30, but it's not real critical. But we want to be out of here by 11 because of appearance judging. Started flying pylon already. Always fun to go over and watch pylon, but today I don't think we're going to be able to get over there because of the appearance judging. Alright, so we've been getting something positive out of the video. We're going to do Gary Lutz's flight for him. See if we can get any information out of that. We'll try to do a critique of it too, just to give you an idea of what we're trying to do with the camera on a tripod. Okay, this is Gary Lutz's takeoff. We'll try to get set here, center it. And see if some of the information will be usable, useful, not useful. The things you can learn from a video, if you can segment out what they are, you can always do your lap times. Lap times are always dead accurate. You can also check for symmetry in things. For example, if the motor's running faster on one side of an 8 than another, you can hear where the brake is. You can play it back and make a little chart or a graph of where the motor's coming on, where it's shutting off. A lot of useful data. And to a certain degree, you can use it for geometry. Now, Gary's not in a position where we would be. Okay, there's a high pull-out. We may not be able to use this if he's going to do his maneuver. But by the time I do the camera, let's just move it over this way and see if this is going to capture it. Although doing it from this side, a lot of times what I do is I just shoot from one side. I can see the 45. Now, because the camera's stationary, I would say right now that's probably 50 degrees, 55. A little big. He's established his level flight right at about 5 feet, which is good. That's real nice. Now watch the pole. Here's something you can tell the judges. Look at where is the wing. See, it's a little, just a tad high, maybe a foot high. That time he went right through at the right altitude. So that's another thing you can see. And what you're looking for really is tendencies. If you make a mistake once, yeah, it's only a mistake once. But if you make it on every 3 out of 4 flights, then I would call it a tendency. And I know what my tendencies are, and I'm thinking about them right through the pattern as I'm flying. Now, I've watched enough of Gary's flights to know what his tendencies may or may not be. This is going to be a little big. It's going to be a cigarette box. It's shorter. In other words, what Gary needs to do, and we'll tell him, is make it longer. If he's going to fly that height, you want it to be longer. And you can even see it in timing. See, it's not long enough now. So that one he fudged up. Okay, we can't really critique that. So you can pick up tendencies and things that'll be very useful to you somewhere down the road. I see the judges are coming out on a circle now, so we may have to abort if they all decide to sit in front of us. And we'll find out. Again, the biggest glaring area here Gary could work on is just getting the bottoms down a foot or two. Everything seems to be right at the top edge of that pole. The soft corner there. And not a flat bottom. Needs to be a flatter bottom. So keep in mind, Gary's an advanced level flyer, and he's coming up the ranks, and these are the things you have to learn step by step. Now from this angle, we can see the 45. He's gone behind his head maybe 2 feet, maybe more that time, maybe 5 feet. We can move the camera just a little bit to just see what we can see as far as looks. From where Gary is straight up, and we'll see if his hourglass goes behind his head. And see how far back that went, even though it's a reasonable maneuver. So anyway, these are just some of the things. Now we're going to do the official warm-up flights. I'm not sure who's, I think Ted Fancher is one of them. But we will not be critiquing those flights, of course. We'll record them so you can see how some of the people that are in the judge training thing, how they give the judges some warm-up so that they can get on track and discuss the errors, discuss the things that they want to change. Needs a longer flat. See, there's no flat in between. You need to have about 6 feet of flat on that. Okay, looks like we're getting ready to start the official judging. And we're getting ready here, and we'll see who the first one up is going to be. Sure, we're going to get the camera positioned to where we want it here, but Well, we'll try and we'll abort if this doesn't work out. Now, we're up after Alan. We're the second one up, so let's see if we can get some semblance of where this is going to be here. I think we're going to be off to this side. We're just going to have to see when he starts his maneuvers and make an adjustment. We're just going to have to play this by a little bit better, I'm not sure. typically do now is have about a 15-minute discussion. And then you'll pick this up. If Ken can get over here and start the camera, you'll pick it up with Mike White. I'll be up there, Alan. They will probably let somebody fly in between, let them have a chance to discuss. No problem.
Like the machine? I'm just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
You don't have 45 judges.
Right.
And it's very difficult because from 60 to 70 feet of line, the circles are different.
beside me. Chip, is Wendy still parked right there beside us? In the horseshoe?
Wendy's just moved his van back in.
Okay, so the battery's going dead. I'm gonna tell him to grab one. They may be up there under the cover. Okay. Wendy is.
maybe you better find out from Frank. This is Phil Granderson's plane with a Magnum 36. He's got the header that goes from side to rear exhaust. If you look at it real close, you'll see there's some really cool stuff on this. It's called the Diva. He's got a little, some artwork here. Kind of cool. And up on, well, I think this is did you see the cowling on this, Gary?
No.
Look at that, where the scoops would be on the cowling.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, man, that is cool.
Can you see that? He's got the eyes, yeah. Look at that. Is that wild?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's Phil Granderson's stuff. Really unique. Really cool. So anyway, we were waiting for...
coming out like on the Vega. Like,
yeah. Kent shot 2 flights while I was doing some maintenance and putting stuff away, so we're going to get Ted's flight. And that'll be the end of the Judge warm-up, and then we'll get back to the room. We'll have about a window of about an hour. We're going to be out of here at 11. Polish up the planes and go to clearance judging. Ted Fancher, now the reason we didn't get the takeoff, the judges were right in front of us. Ted Fancher, this will be the final thing, and then we're going to start getting ready. I guess we'll have about another hour to hang out here. And again, there might still be some people that we're looking to get included on our video if we can. What's going to happen? The judges, no, they're not moving. Usually they would move, and I vacate the spot, so if we get halfway through this, I'll just move. But I wanted to give people, the people that don't actually get to come to the NATS, some idea of, you know, this is the sequence of things and how it works out. They have several new judges this year that this will be their first time, but of course, everybody has to start somewhere. It's like building your first plane or buffing out your first Rodak finish or something. So we're going to see how the cards play out later on in the week. I'm not sure if Gene Mills is the head judge or if Dave Cook is. I'm not sure. But they're all over there and they're doing their thing. that ends the judge training session. They'll usually take a while now and discuss the errors of each flight. And so you're free now to go back, and we have about an hour to kill. See who else is here, shake some hands, some new people have come in, check it all out.